Hello everyone. This video will be a bit different than my usual style, and will instead be an homage to Roger Brown, a fellow content creator that Wes Moast has wronged. And I will be linking his video in the description below, so you can hear his personal story with Wes Moast.
Mr. Wes Moast and I, we're going to have a fucking reckoning, that son of a bitch and me. And he can mark that to the fucking bank.
A Wes Moast victim has decided to make a public statement, and I thought it would be fun to read it off and give my own thoughts and commentary while doing so. Let us begin. I know who Wesley is, and why he won't discuss his past relationships to give you an inside understanding. He left his wife of 17 years and told me it was because of her mental health. He said he will not date someone who has mental health issues. Well, looks like he didn't stick to his guns on that one. He told me what a marginalized loser I was after I was assaulted by a neighbor. Now, he will tell you his version, and I don't mind what you decide. Well, I actually don't think he will be giving you his version. He seems to be willfully ignoring me. But this guy is into BDSM, and he sucks at it. Her words, not mine. He wanted to be my dom, but he came off like a skeptical, abusive chauvinist. He is highly into himself and admitted to having sociopathic tendencies. Let me give you some insight into my mental health. Where I was at was so dark, destructive, and tiring. He claimed to have been into me since the first day we met, while he was still married. The chick you are talking about sounds like she was worse off than me. The chick being Musetalks. But to have some person pretend to give a shit for only a few weeks can have a negative effect on recovery, as it did me. This grown-ass 41-year-old invited this young woman into his home, where his son is. Does that sound like he was making a safe decision on behalf of his son? And that is an aspect of this that has always been there, but nobody has called it out. So it looks like I will have to be the one to call a spade a spade. Wes Moast flew a dangerous, mentally ill girl that he barely knew across the country for a chance at getting laid. To be brutally honest, it seems to be a similar situation with this girl. I have to call into question the kind of environment Wes Moast's son is being raised in. When his father is bringing these unstable women in and out of his home, exposing his son to them. It shows a callous disregard for his child's safety, and I consider it to be a form of child abuse. This is incredibly serious, and I do think professionals need to be involved at this point. I'm not advocating that Wes Moast never be able to see his son again. That would be cruel. But I do believe his custody agreement needs to be amended to have supervised visitation until Wes Moast proves he is willing to prioritize his son's safety and emotional well-being over his personal vices. Let us continue. He ghosted me when I got emotional and insecure because he told me he wanted me, but did nothing to show it. Just basic vetting and grooming BS. I'd love to tell you more about the man behind the curtain, the one who stuck his D in me, instead of really understanding and getting to know me. But it's cool now. I'm happily married, a man younger than me, more mature than him. Ironic, I am not denied hugs, he listens to me, I take care of him. Overall, I'm glad Wesley ruined me and caused me to be homeless. I'm starting to detect a bit of a pattern here. Wes Moast is the kind of predator who wants people he can completely control, people he has something over, people he can make homeless if they step out of line. You see, these types of predators are very dangerous because if they see you as an equal, someone who can oppose them, they will attempt to butter you up, make you their friend so you will overlook their behavior towards people. They act completely differently to people they deem lesser, and that's where the monster can actually be seen. It led me to a better life with someone who actually cares. Plus, he's a better lover and funnier. And I'm very happy to hear and report that all of Wes Moast's victims have seemingly recovered from his abuse, but I fear that may not be the case forever if he is permitted to continue. Just don't let this guy fool you. It takes two to tango. He invited her into his home. It sounds like he didn't really know what he was doing, and he didn't really know who she was to begin with. And I want to end on that point right there. because it's the brutal truth. And the longer Wes Most's investigation into Musetalks goes on, the more that point is driven home. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as is tradition, and I will see you next time.